reached not for human consumption. Please leave a message.
Hey fellas, it's Rem from the Rich Dickman Show, and I'm just calling because I don't know, man. Things have changed. It's kind of weird that I'm on Twitter. I'm trying to get you hooked up with a super hot female who's going to be in Phoenix, right? And I'm all like, hey, these guys are pretty awesome. You should go be on their show, and you can like stay at Dave's house, or Dylan will pay for you to stay in a nice hotel, because you're a classy lady and they're classy gentlemen. I'm trying to be a good friend here. And then one of you guys tweets that I'm lying. Like, what the fuck? What kind of wingman shit is that? That's bullshit wingman. It's like I'm trying to hook you guys up, and y'all like, no, he's a liar. Like, now I feel like an idiot. That hurts my feelings. Ray would never do that shit to me. Like Ray is a good wingman.
Never.
So I don't know. I'm feeling a little down. Anyways, I'll get over it. I wanted to call and tell you guys that you missed out. She's bad. She's really bad. She's bad as fuck. Bad as fuck. All right, boners.
Nice chat. Good talking to you guys.
Okay. All right,
I did see that exchange.
Yo, she's so hot. What do you got? What are you drinking tonight?
Okay, this is gonna lead to a story a little bit later, but I got some Mike's Hard Lemonade. Actually, sorry, this is hard cranberry.
Is it? It's cranberry.
Yeah, it's cranberry.
I tell you about the time I got mango.
No.
I went to having band practice one night, and so I was stopping at the liquor store to get some drinkies, and they had Mike's Hard Lemonade, and it was mango, and so I said, "Oh, this will be fun." So I put it on the counter, and the gentleman behind the counter, I put it down, and I was like, "All right, I'll take this." He looks at me, like, and he questions with that questioning, puzzling look. He's like, "Really?" And I'm like,
"Yeah, are you sure?"
Yeah, really. I love this shit. Then I didn't feel good the rest of the night. I never had the mango ones before. Oh.
I don't know if you want to lead into it with this story, but man, that was the first time I got really drunk. Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
First time I got really drunk, I was 10 years old at a New Year's Eve party with champagne. Fuck. Oh, God.
Was that on purpose or on accident?
On accident, I think. Oh, shit. We'd not be able to do a show tonight. Either that or I can't drink it out of the can. Okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I got this Smith & Forge hard cider. Made strong in the fine tradition of making things strong. And it's carbonated, It's like most canned stuff, and it's giving me the hickey uppies.
Oh, I thought you were like having some allergic reaction or something. I got my concern face like flipped right there. I was like, "Are you? Can I give you CPR through the screen here?"
Yeah, you'd love to give me CPR.
Ooh la la! Is that a promise?
Yeah, maybe. We got to do more things like this. Oh God, that's so sexy. I love that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's literally start to finish. It's all good content. None of it goes to waste. All right.
See, that's what I like about you, Ray. I mean, the joke right there, the obvious joke is good content, really. Some shit like that. But you're like, no, man, it's all good content. Yeah, I love that shit. I love that shit you do.
There's a reason we have 340,000 listeners. It's because it's all solid content, start to finish. Every syllable.
Quite an increase over the 7.
Yeah, it's all those Nigerian princes.
Love them.
Or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad.
I clicked on a link that said they wanted to listen to my podcast if I donated a couple bucks.
I'm so glad I sent that $2,000 with my bank account info to them. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Rich Dickman Show, the podcast that is slightly better than mediocre. I am your host. I am Rem, back again on this crazy train of a podcast that 340,000 Nigerian people listen to. Yep, that's us. 65 episodes. My God, is it really? I feel like we're at 65 every week. But anyways, I'm with Ray. Ray's here with me. He's looking handsome as ever. As ever. Hey, Ray, what's up?
What's up, party people? Hey, does this mean we get the senior discount?
Yes.
Yes. Nice.
Yes, it
Let's
does.
go to Denny's.
Yes, and we automatically get a ton of respect from all podcasters because we're at 65, the big 6'5", Ray, 6'5". Can you even imagine when this stupid little thing started last year with me begging Huel to be my friend that we'd make it this far?
I honestly didn't.
Yep.
To be perfectly honest.
See? I didn't either.
You know, it's, and the reality is you didn't make it this far with Huel. So, I mean, I kind of makes some sense there.
That bastard, he quit on me. He quit on me long time ago. God.
Quitter. He texted me today. He texted me back from like 2 or 3 weeks ago when I last texted him.
Really? He texted you? How is he? Is he okay?
Oh, yeah. He basically, it was like a penis joke text. Of course.
He's not supposed to make penis jokes now that he's a part of ISIS. What the fuck?
Well, it was the last thing that I told him was, let's see. I don't know how to phrase that. I don't know how to translate it into ISIS terms, but basically something about me peeing on vehicles and then being reprimanded for it through his ISIS office. And he finally returned the message and said that it only matters if somebody sees my penis.
Okay. Yeah. Well, keep your penis in your pants tonight, buddy. Wait till after the show because I don't want to see it yet. Go to richdickman.com for all your Rich Dickman needs, everybody. At Rich Dickman Show on Twitter. Call the Dickman line. Leave us a voicemail, 860-316-4776. Go to Amazon.com. Search Rich Dickman. Get yourself a t-shirt. We got the Slightly Better Than Mediocre t-shirt. We got the El Abogado Attorney at Law Wrestling Style t-shirt. And, of course, if you're going to a protest of some sort, if you're going to make a statement, if you're going to fight the patriarchy or the white man or whatever you're going to fight and raise your fist in anger against and then cowardly run away as some guy with a beard chases after you with an American flag, get yourself an Eat the Rich t-shirt. We have those as well. That's right. All right. What the fuck?
It's a good strategy. I implore that strategy quite often.
Yeah. You got to make sure that you dress up in black and cover your face and wear a helmet so nobody can see you and you can't get hit in the head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And make sure you have, at least 5 to 10 other people around you and go pick on some elderly old man wearing a red hat of some sort. And once you do, make sure that you get obscene in your language and violent in your actions. And then when somebody else shows up to defend that poor old man who's not doing anything except trying to walk down the street, run for your life and call everybody a fascist and a racist. That's how it works. All right. So I gotta stop.
I do this one. You point off into the distance. You're like, what's that? And then you kick him in the shin and run away. That's the strategy right there.
That's a good one. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Ray, go check out my articles on www.podcast.com. All right. Go check them out. I am writing wrestling articles. Thank you, sir. I've gotten a couple comments. I'm getting a lot of views. Even the other opinion writer told me my articles were entertaining. So even if you don't like wrestling, check out my writing and make me seem more valuable to them. I appreciate that.
Well, the reality is, like, I've read them too. I have read them and they are actually, like, I don't follow wrestling. Have I even said this? I don't know if I said this on the podcast, but they are entertaining to read. Like, I'm learning about wrestling and I don't necessarily need to know everything that's happened in the past. There's some references that I'm like, yeah, I don't quite understand it, but I'm sure any wrestling fan would absolutely love them. So definitely check it out.
Thanks, buddy. I got to write my next one tomorrow when I'm editing the show because I got ideas. I haven't had time to organize them. And, my schedule is going to get back to normal after next week. I'm going to be back. I'm going to be back home. I'm going to have a lot more, less stress-free time, more time to myself to do fun and exciting things. Ray, what is going on with you this week, buddy? How are you?
I'm pretty good. Oh my goodness, my throat wants to be full of something.
Well, that's good. It's good pod.
That sounded gross. that was not an invitation.
Fill your throat with something, there. Baby. Yes, right. Mm-hmm.
Ooh la la. But yeah, just lots and lots of working. Still, just working. I mean, there's stuff here and there. It's all right, but it really is just working. But it is getting to the point where, like, it'll cool down a little bit. Trying to get some little fun stuff in. So, like, again, tomorrow I'm going to go play paintball. My brother-in-law's birthday's this weekend, so get to go out there. But it's going to be like 105 or someone's saying 111. I don't think it's quite that hot, but it's hot. Like just melt your balls off hot.
It was like that here last weekend. Like, Saturday and Sunday, I barely left my house because it was so hot out and humid. It was like 95 degrees and 80 something % humidity. It was just gross. We sat in air conditioning. But now, yesterday and today, it is absolutely gorgeous. Low 80s, low nice. Humidity. Oh, windows are open, no air conditioning on. I can sleep wonderfully. I'm really in a very good mood right now for the moment.
I got a guy, one of the guys that works for me, he's out. I had him go to New York, right? Like a month ago, I sent a different guy, and this guy that's currently out there, he's like, oh, that doesn't mean I don't get to go, right? So he's obviously looking forward to it. And I was like, no, you're still going. It's a different reason, right? So he goes out there this week. He calls me today. He's like, he was supposed to be out there 2 weeks. And he calls me today. He's like, can I come home? Can I be back on Monday? He's like, it's too fucking hot. Too hot. But yeah, it's been bad over there.
Why didn't you send your ass to New York, bro? We could have hung out.
Because I wasn't, that's the union workers. Those are the peons. The peons doing the work.
Careful. The peons are the ones that spit in your food when they're serving you lunch.
That's the joke.
Yeah. Have you seen Fight Club?
No, actually. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, but, anyway, yeah. So, no, I've been talking, got some fun stuff in the plans for work. So, like I said, my boss actually transferred over to Virginia, the guy that was my boss. So I took his spot over here, and eventually, there you go. It's sound effects. And eventually we'll get a meeting up so I can go over there at some point. I just got to figure out when it'll be. I gotta get this office under control first.
Okay. All right. Well, you get it under control, my man. You get that.
We'll do it. It will happen.
Control. That's right. All right.
And then we can do a live podcast from a Denny's and ask them about our senior discount.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes. You have see,
just hassle them.
My whole life, I walk around everywhere I go. Either I'm walking or I'm driving. I just want to ask people questions. I see somebody walking down the street with their pants down by their ankles. I want to ask questions. Hey man, what's up? That guy who was stealing shit last week and said, yeah, I did that. I wanted to stop and be like, dude, what's up? What's up with this? No judgment, but what's up? What makes you feel good about this? I want to go to Denny's and I want to talk to the waitresses and the waiters and the cooks. I just want to talk to people and I want their stories because there's some really interesting stories out there. Speaking of stories. I
would just harass the waitress. It would be bad.
Yeah.
Just make it miserable for her. Yeah. Or him. Could be him. I just imagine it being a her.
What was I going to ask you? Shit. Fuck. I was going to ask you something, and now I don't remember. You know what? Yeah, I screwed this all up, buddy. This is why I have to start writing stuff down, is that during the intro, I wanted to say something like, and here comes the man who is going to make a living off of suing people for not waxing his balls. It is Ray.
Yes, see, those are good. Well, dude, we'll have to just coordinate on this. I got some fun little ideas once we both have a little bit more time. Which we keep saying every week, but yes. we could have some fun with some little bits here and there. We'll get it. We'll get it.
How old are you again? 34? You're 34?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. See, I'm getting old. 38. Everything is so much harder to do. All right. I want to tell you a few things, Ray. First thing is, my son, he wants to pick up a new hobby. He wants to learn how to cook. And I like to cook, and I'm a very good cook. So I said, all right, bud, you can come cook with me. So, he's been trying, and I'm showing him some techniques and how to mix some spices and some, different ways of doing things. We made risotto together the other night. I showed him how to make risotto.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. But the night before that, we were going to make tacos, right? We're going to make tacos. So what's a key component of tacos, Ray?
You'd have to ask my wife. Just kidding.
Fucking racist. Jesus Christ. It's
actually,
the filling,
we
right?
Made a joke
It's a ground beef.
Ground beef? Dude. I've been made fun of. I live in like an extension of Mexico. They're like, that's not a taco. They told me it's not a taco.
I said ground meat. I didn't say ground beef. I said ground meat.
I misheard you. Okay.
And here in Connecticut,
well, we got that strained out.
We use ground turkey meat.
That's like, oh my God.
But anyways, so I had the skillet heating up, right? And a little bit of oil in the skillet, and you got to heat it up and you got to put the taco meat into the skillet. And my son wants to put the meat into the skillet. So he takes it out of the package and it's all, it's slimy, it's all ground meat, it's all gross and everything. And so he's real skittish with it and it's on his hand. And I'm like, hey buddy, you got to get that into the pan because it's going to fall. Get it into the pan because it's about to fall off your hand. Get it into, crash. It fell. Half of the ground filling fell on the ground.
Why do I get the feeling that you're telling it and being very calm while you're saying it's good? You got to get in the pan. It's gonna fall. But in reality, it was probably more like with a little more edge to your voice.
No, I'm very calm. I'm very calm in real life. I knew it was going to happen and I watched it happen. I'm like, it's going to fall. It's going to fall. Oops, it fell. And then I said, well, I guess we can't have tacos anymore. Luckily I had some
10-second rule.
Yeah, well, I had some meat still frozen in the freezer, so I was able to take that out, defrost a little, and get that going. So dinner turned out pretty well.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So my advice to parents out there is to, I don't know, man. You got to let them try. You got to let them fail. You got to let them fail, and they'll figure it out.
You do.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the hardest thing as a parent is letting your kids fail. I swear that's the hardest thing. And people say it, I've heard people say it a lot, but it really is. It really is.
Yeah, my wife doesn't get that part of it, but I do. They're gonna bust their ass on something, or they're gonna.
They're so cute and they're trying, and you just want to help them. But
it's like if they don't do their
really
homework,
does benefit if you don't.
I don't see how them not doing their homework is my problem. They need to get in trouble so they learn to do their homework, right? I shouldn't have to be up at 9 o'clock helping to get them done. Oh, you didn't do it. Well, you're gonna learn tomorrow that you should do it.
I do my kids' homework just because I need the practice.
These days you do because you can't do math. You can't do Common Core math.
I know.
It's fucking impossible.
I know. They're in kindergarten. They just graduated, I guess. They're going to go into 1st and 4th grade. So that's the joke.
I told the story, I think on this show many episodes ago, but I'll tell it again. It's like math, Common Core math is a goddamn word problem. It's no longer, hey, 2 + 2 = 4. Write it out. 2 + 2 = 4. No, it's like 2 + 2 = 4. Please put 1 in this box, a 1 in this box. Now go to the bottom, put a 1 in this box, put a 1 in this box. Count up the 2 ones at the top and put them in this third box. Count up the 2 ones at the bottom, put them in this box here at the bottom. Now use your fingers to count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? That's basically what Common Core math is.
Well, so I've already kind of gone off a little bit on how much I fucking hate teachers. They're not heroes, people, but putting that point aside, so when my older daughter, they were doing multiplication, right? You know how you can do 9s? Like me doing 9s, they were trying to multiply by 9s in their head, get the right answer. The way I do it is multiply by 10 and then you subtract whatever number you did multiply by 9. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so that's what I do. Yeah.
So she does. Have you seen that thing where you do it with your fingers, where you start on the left, and if it's like 9 times 4, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Starting from the left, you go like thumb, pointer finger, middle finger. You know what I'm saying? Like 1, 2, 3, 4 over, and then you put that finger down. So on the left, you have 3 fingers up, and on the right, you have 6. So it's 36. Have you seen that?
I'm trying to do this as you're explaining. I have no fucking clue what you're doing. Okay, but go ahead.
All right, let's go.
You're starting to piss me off. Finish your story.
So anyway, so you do that. Yeah, you're like, see, this is why we need practice. Okay, so my daughter was doing that, and they were like, you can't do that. It's wrong. You have to do it this other way. And I'm like, who the fuck cares? Yeah. She got the right answer. Like, are you kidding me right now? Yeah. She got it within seconds. Why the fuck are you telling her that it's wrong? Goddamn fucking teachers.
2 + 2 is 4. 2 + 2 will always be 4. 2 + 2 will not be anything but 4. How you get there shouldn't make a goddamn bit of difference. 2 fingers plus 2 fingers is 4 fingers.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is like, if you can do math to like 100 or whatever it is in your head, like anything that's more complicated than that, for the most part, we have cell phones with calculators. We have calculators. We have computers. You don't need to know how to do that stuff in your head. If you can do the simple multiplication through 10 and stuff like that, it's fine. If you do it in your head quick, who cares?
Yeah.
Oh, it drives me insane.
I'm much better at math now than I ever was in my life because I've used my brain to use reason and to figure out how math actually works. Okay. I gotta stop with that because it's pissing me off. I want to tell you real quick. I had to go to my kid's birthday party on a Sunday, Ray. I had to go to a birthday party at 5:00 on a Sunday.
What?
Okay? I know.
Started at 5:00.
Yes, 5 o'clock on a Sunday. If it was Saturday, not that big of a deal, but it was a Sunday. It was a Sunday. Sundays are sacred to me.
Hate all the parents?
Well, here's the thing, Ray. It was a very small birthday party, and I've been to this house a couple times. You know, this is the third birthday party we've gone to my son's friends. And it's a nice little piece of property. It's on like a little tributary off the Salmon River. That's near the Connecticut River, it's gorgeous. Like it's an outdoorsman's paradise.
Right down the river from Crackerberry Junction.
Yes, exactly. And I had gone the past 2 years, and there have been other parents there. So I would sit around and wait because, you know what? The first year my son got into like a little canoe and didn't know how to paddle, and off he went down the river, and we had to go rescue him. So I'm not leaving that property, right? Well, this year I went, and the amount of invited kids went down like from 10 to 4. And I was the only parent outside of the birthday kids' parents there. And I did not enjoy that one bit because the mother talks too much and the father doesn't talk at all. And I am incredibly uncomfortable around people, adults, other parents. So, you know, I got swig a few beers just to get comfortable again. And I'm just trying to get out of there. Now, here's the thing. So these people, they've been to my house before because my son invites their kids over for his birthday, right? They come to pick up their children, and their children are like uncaged animals. They're just animals. They do what they want.
Yep.
And there's no discipline, and they will not leave my house. They do not leave. The party ends at 5 at my house. At 6:30, they're still in my goddamn living room talking. And it's like, because their kids are like playing video games and they don't want to tell their kids no. And I'm just standing there and I'm doing everything I can to clean up and get them out of the house. So like, hey, we're done. Get the fuck out. So anyways, I'm at their house this past Sunday, and the party is supposed to be from 5 to 7. All right. And 7 o'clock rolls around, and the kid opened up his gifts, and they had their the food and all that stuff. And I'm like, all right, buddy, you ready to go? And the mother says, oh, you don't want to stay for ice cream cake? And I'm like, fuck, I forgot about the ice cream cake. You know, it's rude of me to leave. And I said, hey, buddy, do you want ice cream cake? He said, yeah, yes, I do. I would like some ice cream cake. All right. So it's 7 o'clock when that happens. All right. Maybe 7:10. All the kids go downstairs to play. And I'm like, oh shit, god damn it. So when are we having this fucking ice cream cake? And the mother's like, oh, you think I should take the ice cream cake out now so it softens up a little? And I'm like, yeah, take it out immediately. Take it out right now. Put it in the microwave if you have to. Do whatever you have to get that thing soft so we can serve it, right? 7:25 comes around, and she calls up the kids. Say, hey kids, come on up. It's time for ice cream cake. And the kids say, well, can we do it? We're watching The Simpsons right now and making a YouTube video. And so the mother says, okay, well, maybe when this episode's done. You come up when the episode's done. 5 more minutes, right? 7:45 comes around. Still no cake. Still no kids. And now it's like, I'm texting my wife. I'm like, I'm fucking stuck here. I'm never coming home. I'm going to be here till midnight. I'm going to be here till midnight waiting this goddamn
Please
cake.
send help.
But yeah, I'm never doing this again. You're doing this next year. I'm not going. Forget it. 7:50 comes around, and then the mother realizes another kid is getting picked up at 8. So they need to move things along. Okay. All right. So the cake finally comes out, putting candles on it. Now it's 7:55, and the kids are just starting to come up the stairs. I didn't get out of there at 8:30, Ray. 8:30 on a Sunday is when I left.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you have just ruined the rest of my week. Thank you. Thank you very much. Of note, the birthday kid's father works animal control here in Crackerberry Junction. And if you've never been out here to Connecticut, there's a lot of woods. We have a lot of deer. His job of the animal control department is picking up roadkill. So when there is a reported roadkill or a deer accident or whatever, he drives and he picks it up, throws it in the back of his truck. So they were talking about deer meat. And I said, oh.
You're like, hold on. What did we...
Wait, do you hunt? Like, do you hunt deer? And he says, no, I don't hunt anymore. I usually just pick up the deer after they get hit, especially in the winter when the meat stays good a lot longer.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And he said a couple months ago, I had a deer he was going on about the size of the deer it was and how he took it home and he cut it up and gave it out to his friends. I'm like, wow, So this is a real thing. I thought this only happened in the South, or people picked up roadkill and made, meals out of it. But Jesus Christ, I'm in the house with a family of a man who drives around. His job is to collect roadkill, and he eats a lot of that roadkill.
And he eats it. He's like, is that in the compensation package that I'm allowed to take the fucking meat home?
And at this point, it's all making sense.
Oh my God.
It's all making sense. Oh, this is why this guy doesn't talk very much.
Wow.
Oh, Randy just texted me. He wants to know,
funny. Dude,
what day is it? What should I tell him? Randy wants to know what day is it.
what day is it? Tell him it's Friday. This is like in the office when Jim confuses Dwight and convinces him it's Friday, and then he comes in late on the Friday. Back when I was in high school, so I did track and cross country in high school, so we got to do a lot of running, and there's a bunch of trails up where I live, like just dirt trails. And one time there's this soccer field, like within 1 or 2 miles away from my high school. And during the off season, like the not competitive season, we would go over there and play frisbee golf or soccer or something like that. Right. So me and a friend went for a run, and we actually came across a dead deer that was like maybe a couple 100 yards from the field. And so apparently I think that day we were supposed to go for a little run and then go play soccer or frisbee golf or whatever, or ultimate frisbee. But my friend and I decided it would be fun to just drag that dead deer carcass back to the field and show it to everyone. So yeah, we did that. We just dragged it. It was a buck, and grabbed it by the horns and dragged it back there. And everyone was like, what the fuck? You guys are crazy. And we're like, yes, we are. There's a dead deer. Look at it.
Dead animals are gross. All right. That's enough. You want to move on?
Sure. Oh, you want me to tell you about the party that I went to last Friday?
Yes.
So one of my kids, that shall not be named, we're at this party Friday night.
I mean, there's only two
kids are
of them,
swimming.
But all right.
All right. Well, so she comes over to me and it's like, Daddy, I need to go to the bathroom. And she looks urgent, right? So I start actually like going, and this is not a regular occurrence. Like, she's pretty good about it, but we're at somebody else's house. So I'm thinking she's maybe a little nervous about going by herself. Like, she wants me to either show her where it's at or, something like that. Right. So anyway, so we get inside, I kind of jogging over to the restroom. She starts to go to the bathroom, and normally this is like a pee type of thing. Nope. She shit her pants. Just straight up. Yep. Just like that. And so I'm like, well, what the fuck? Like, what am I going to do now? Right. I'm like, so I try and clean her up, and she's got it's everywhere. Like, I can't even wipe it all off her butt. And
you're gagging.
Damn it.
Oh, well, you don't have a sense of smell. Thank God.
I can't smell. Yeah, I can't smell. So, it doesn't really bother me. But I'm like for real, like, you had to do this. Like, you don't do this. This is not something that happens. So I try and wipe all the poop out of her underwear, and I'm like, they're shitting this inside these underwear. Yeah, it's a mess, right? Anyway, so I'm like, you're going back outside. We go out there, and I'm like, hey, tell my wife, I'm like, hey, it's literally me, my wife, and this other couple, and all the kids are playing. So I can't even be discreet. So I'm like, yeah, so she had a restroom issue. I was like, I'm just going to take her home real quick, because we actually only live a mile away. And they're like, hey, if you want, she can just take a shower here. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, might as well do that. I mean, they were swimming in the pool, whatever. So we do that. About 15 minutes later, comes over. She's like, hey, Daddy, I need to go to the bathroom again. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, she already got the poop out. She's got to go pee now. Sure enough, goes in there, does the same fucking thing. Shits her fucking pants again. How is this possible? So then I have to go back out there, and I am so embarrassed. And I'm trying not to make a big deal of it, but it's like, what do you even do?
Well, you don't get embarrassed because you're at a party. There's other moms there, and moms love cleaning up shit when they shit their pants. So you just get a mom involved.
I don't think that's how it works.
No, that's exactly how it works. They love being helpful. You obviously don't have much practice with this. I had incidents very similar to this in my past with my children. And I would say to the other moms, oh man, my kid he just pooped himself. And they're like, oh my God, do you need any wipes? Here's some clothes. Do you need any help? Here, let me come in. They're just so eager to help. They love cleaning up shit. Moms do. It's absolutely the truth. My wife, won't touch cat or dog shit. My old man dog, he has an accident every once in a while, and she won't touch it. She will leave the house until I get home. But if it's one of my kids, even at this age, Yep, she's all over it. No problem. I got it. She'd pick it up with her bare hands and throw it in the toilet.
Most stuff, I'm like, fuck it, whatever. My immune system's gonna get stronger. No, but you know the thing that women won't touch?
Penises.
That was a good one. The hair that's clogging a drain.
Oh, my wife's it's all up in that shit. Oh my God. One time our drain was clogging up and I was like, bleh, bleh, because it was really gross, all the hair and all that. Like, bleh. And my wife, she's like, oh, give me that screwdriver. She's on it. She's ripping that shit up. She loves that stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny. Dude, that's like the worst stuff too. It's like hair. Dude, the stuff that's going down that drain is disgusting.
Come on. We all pee in the shower.
We all know what goes down.
Yeah,
the
we
drain.
know what knows what happens. Yeah. All right.
And like poop goes down there. I rinsed off Stella. It was Stella, by the way. Stella, you pooped your pants twice in 15 minutes. Anyway, but there's nasty stuff that goes down those drains. But
right.
Yeah.
Ray, it's time.
What else we got? All right.
I love my butt. Go.
I love my ability to play games on my phone, but the games really aren't even that good.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought this up.
Yeah, they're not that good.
That's it? That's all you have?
Oh, so I thought you were about to say something. Sorry.
Oh, I have plenty to say, but I don't want to step on your toes or, this is you swinging your dick here.
So basically, I've played some of those games. They end up having lots of those games that have timers on them. Clash of Clans, Boom Beach, whatever. There's a bazillion of those games. It's all timers. Like you build this thing and then you wait 17 hours and then you come back, or it's like your little things ready. It's all timers, and all you do is like sit there and it's like your phone buzzes and you're like, I gotta do it right now because else, I'm gonna mess up everything. And then you live your life by timers. Terrible. And not only that, like just the majority of the rest of the games, they're not even that good. The puzzle games are like whatever, like they're boring. The puzzles are easily solved in 3 seconds or less. Mm-hmm. The only good game that I found is WGT Golf. That's the only one. But anyway, other than that, like they're not even that good. They're really not even that good. And everyone loves to be able to play games on their phone and spends a shitload of money on buying stuff. It's all a waste. None of those games are even that good at all.
The only game I find entertaining at all is Pokemon Go, and it's only because I play with my son. And if it wasn't for my son, I wouldn't play at all. The idea of mobile gaming years ago was fascinating to us all. Oh my God, I can play Final Fantasy on my phone. Are you fucking kidding me? This is going to be awesome. Okay. In theory. Ray, I once downloaded Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, my favorite game, one of my most favorite games ever. I played that shit before I started Warcraft. I had a laptop and I was playing it every night. I had bought a controller. I plugged it in my laptop and I was playing GTA San Andreas. I loved that game. I downloaded it for my tablet and I thought it was going to be, this is going to be great. I get to do my GTA San Andreas shit all over again. I get to listen to all the awesome music from 1995. This is fantastic. I was so excited, right? And then I loaded the game and I started to play and the controls were on the screen. The buttons were on the right side and you had like your D-pad on the left side. Oh. And my hands are sliding all over the place. I can't drive this fucking bike. I can't figure out how any of this stuff, it's the most frustrating experience I've ever had. And I'm like, wait, I'm not enjoying this at all. I cannot control my guy. I can't complete these driving missions because I can't drive this fucking car with this slippery controller. This is impossible. They have other games, right? I've tried, like the Star Wars games where you get to build a team of heroes and go fight the Empire or whatever the bullshit is. Star Wars, I forget the name of it. Star Wars, not Galaxies. It's the, whatever. Anyways, you think you're going to be Luke fucking Skywalker fighting Darth Vader in day one. Nope. You're a peon rebel trooper, basic rebel trooper, and you have to collect everything. And if you don't spend any money, you have to collect all your energy and all the other bullshit and your crystals and to upgrade. And like, you're not getting any, it's like, wow, this is kind of boring. And then they had the Spider-Man Spider-Verse game where you were Spider-Man, you're running everywhere. And that was kind of cool at first, but then all of a sudden you had to upgrade your ISO energy and all this. And I was like, no, this isn't fun anymore. And then they had Marvel Contest of Champions where you could be a Marvel champion.
Oh, that was shitty.
Yeah. But the only Marvel characters you get is like fucking, I don't even know his name anymore, but the shitty guy who does nothing. And then you have to like buy other characters or upgrade your evolve. It's like, what the fuck am I doing? What am I doing? This is terrible.
No, I played that one, and I'll tell you, the biggest flaw with that one is you start playing it, and when you go on a win streak, it feels like it gets progressively harder, like you get matched against different players. No, it's just you're playing against the PC. It literally just gets harder till you can't beat it, like your win streaks. Like, so you can't get past a certain point.
Until you spend more money. Right.
Yeah.
Because the problem is
literally, it's stupid.
People don't want to pay money for the games, right? Nobody's going to shell out $60 for a game on their mobile phone, right? So they have to build these games so they're quote unquote free to play. However, if you want to win, you have to pay to win. All right. So now you're forced to spend money to upgrade your character so you can actually compete at a decent level in this game. And at that point, you're spending way too much money and you're getting way too frustrated. You just might as well just pay the $60 to begin with and just have a fully functioning game. The mobile gaming market is terrible.
Yeah. You just can't play the game.
No, because for the games they try to put out there, you can't play them on your phone because your phone doesn't have all the shit you need to play the game, which is a controller. Yep. All right. You can tap. But then tapping, that shit's boring. So the only two games I enjoy are Pokemon Go, because I can play with my son, and Bejeweled. I like Bejeweled. And that's it. Yeah. Mobile gaming is stupid. And anybody, like, they even tried to do like mobile gaming reviews in the gaming magazines and just quote unquote games journalists. Games journalism? Are you kidding me? That's a job? That's a fucking, you sit there and you review video games and you pretend like you have a serious goddamn fucking job. Like, oh, I'm a games journalist. I should need to review this game. Shut the fuck up. You're not a games journalist. You're a piece of shit who hasn't gotten a real job yet. Sorry.
We should do worst job of the week. Most ridiculous job of the week. Now, what else is funny is people that call themselves gamers that play games on their phone. I don't know about that one.
You know what used to piss me off, Ray?
Pretty odd.
And it's pissing me off again. Do you remember WoW Insider?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. WoW Insider. Now I think they're like Blizz Insider or some shit now. I don't know. And they had a whole website devoted, it was basically to World of Warcraft. And there was all sorts of articles and reviews and patch guides and all this cool stuff that, well, at the time I thought was really cool, right? I'm like, oh my God, these people are amazing. They're writing about the lore. I'm learning about the lore. They're writing about gameplay and the different classes of WoW. Oh, this is fantastic. And then Twitter happened. And then all these people got on Twitter and I realized what fucking losers these people actually were in real life. And how their quote unquote games journalist job wasn't actually a real job, but a part-time gig they were freelancing at or getting paid $5 an article. So hey, my stuff on www.podcast.com, I don't get paid for, right? I do it because I enjoy doing it. I am not a journalist. I'm an opinion article writer. I do not claim to be a journalist and I do not have any professional training. It's not a job. I do it as a hobby. These people are making this WoW Insider shit like their real job and taking that stuff seriously. And I couldn't reconcile the two, because how can these awesome, very knowledgeable people on this website be complete and total fucking losers on Twitter or / real life? I don't get it. And then I realized, oh, it's all a sham. Like everything else on the internet, it's all a sham. Anyways, WoW Insider sucks.
And somewhere else on the internet, there's like two elderly ladies maybe recording a podcast, like a baking podcast. And they're complaining about how they're like, yeah, my husband, he likes WWE and like he reads these articles and that's not even like a real journalist. Like this guy, like he thinks he's so.
I know what you're doing, but it's not going to land, man. It doesn't land.
No, I'm just saying that's what's happening. There's somebody out there doing it.
Yeah.
There's somebody complaining about something, but they don't even know. Yeah. Anyway,
it's everybody complaining.
We can move on to the next one. Yeah. Everyone complains. We don't complain. Fortunately, we're glad everyone's listening to this non-complaining. It's a complaint-free environment here.
I never complain.
This is the voicemail
Joe
bumper.
can vouch
this is
for
the
us.
bumper on your left, and this is the bumper on your right. This is a badass guitar riff. And finally, here's your voicemails. Sorry, that guitar riff's too cool not to play twice.
Hello, RichDickman.com, not RichDickmanShow.com. That sucks. This is Randy calling to leave a voicemail for Renzigo. I don't have anything funny to say, so I guess I'll ask you guys for some advice from my ex-brother-in-law. He got drunk a couple of months back and ended up marrying a mentally handicapped girl he met on OkCupid. And his mother-in-law got her committed. So what do you think he should do? He's pretty useless in many ways, but there's one for you to tackle. All right. Hope your ego feels better, Rim. Bye.
That last sentence was translated by Google into Rodrigo feels better room by.
I get those from work. The translations are amazing sometimes.
Yes. So Randy's
hi, Randy.
ex-brother-in-law got drunk, ended up marrying a mentally handicapped girl he met on OkCupid, and his mother-in-law got her committed. What should he do? Well, I don't know. Ray, what do you think? I mean, he's pretty useless, Randy says, so.
I mean, I would say, I don't know. I can't say anything. Like, if he married somebody that's mentally handicapped, that's what he said, then I feel like any joke I make is somehow super offensive. We can't joke about this stuff anymore. But I would, try and milk it for everything you can. Somehow, pull one of those, she's a sugar mama type deals where, you divorce them and try and get as much money out of them as you can.
Well,
sue them for alimony.
You got to look at it this way, Ray. If she's handicapped in any way, she's probably getting some sort of disability, payment, whether it be like free shit or a check or a handicap parking sticker. I mean, there's got to be some advantage here that brother-in-law can use. And if she's committed, well, here's what happens. You do get to save money on some taxes because you're married, right? You get to file jointly, right? That's a thing, right? Mm-hmm. So you get to save some tax money. She's committed. You don't have to go see her, right? You can use any disability advantage that she might have had, whether it be, a paycheck every month or a handicap parking pass, whatever it is. And this guy can go out and be useless on his own, like he never got married in the first place. Yeah, live it up.
Much.
We live in a country that likes to give advantages to people who don't deserve them. Even though, and there are people who do deserve them that don't get them or have a hard time getting those advantages. So we're kind of backwards and we don't take care of the people who need to be taken care of. So abuse the system as much as you can until you get caught. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Yeah.
At least, I don't know. Yeah. Like there's literally almost, Have I told you this? That I live in low income apartments.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, I asked them one time, I was like, so how many people, apparently these are supposed to help people save up their money for a house. And I asked them, it's like almost 100 units here. And I was like, so how many people have actually done that? And they were like, maybe 2. I was like, then what's the point? Like literally it's people that don't fucking care.
Right.
Like they're safe. They're comfortable. They don't care. So, I mean, what's one more person going to make a difference? Live it up.
When you get a chance to abuse the system, go ahead and do it, because why the fuck not? I mean, people are going out of business because they refuse to shave a woman's balls. Right? So just take advantage of everything while you got it. That's it.
Sue the shit out of them.
Fucking Canada. Fuck Canada. Fucking assholes up in Canada. Like, what the fuck? Like, human rights tribunal. See, that's the thing. We can't even talk about that because if that person knows we're talking about them, we might get sued, and I can't afford that shit.
Hey, why would you even want to shave your balls in Canada? Don't you want as much insulation as you can? You want to get as much fur around yourself to keep yourself warm?
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's what I'm saying.
There's literally, it's snow everywhere in Canada.
It's clearly
all the time.
It's clearly a frivolous lawsuit that's just designed to harm, right? But we have to take things like that seriously, which is, I hate that we have to take everything seriously, Ray. Like, we can't just laugh at somebody for being a goddamn idiot and tell them to go away. Like, nowadays we have to take them seriously. Otherwise they'll get on Twitter and complain. And we're so scared of that one person. You see those plates in Macy's that were like, this is, skinny jean portion, mom jean portion. Do you see that? And then one person, one verified asshole on Twitter complained about them, and Macy's pulled the whole line off their shelves.
God. That's the thing is like, yeah, like why do we cater to the vocal minority? Really?
Yeah, exactly.
If you're still selling shit, who cares? Like it's not offensive. It's not targeting somebody in an offensive manner. So get over it.
The market will determine what is successful. It will always has and always will. If you have a product that nobody buys, you'll stop selling it. Plain and simple. If you have a club, if you open up a bakery, that caters only to gay men, right? That bakery will eventually go out of business if they only serve gay men, because that's not enough people in the world to keep that bakery in business. If you have a club, if you open up a gun club, right, that only Confederate flag waving guys with beards can show up to. Well, how many Confederate flag waving guys with beards live in the state of Connecticut? Not many, right? So that gun club will go out of business very soon. The market determines these things. There's no need to ruin people's lives because you don't like something. Just fucking go. See, I gotta stop.
Yeah.
I gotta stop when I'm drinking.
I'm sure. I'm sure if you opened up 2 donut shops right next door to one another, and on one of the donuts, every single donut on one of those donut shops, every single donut has an American flag on it, right? The other donut shop, it has like a Nazi flag on top of it.
Yeah.
I guarantee you one of those will stay in business and one won't.
No need to protest the Nazi flag donuts.
You don't have to protest it.
Because they will just go out of business because nobody will go there. It's that simple.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
So same thing with your handicapped sister-in-law, Randy, is that the market will determine what happens here. So God bless. Funny thing, Ray, I'm looking at my voicemail list and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 voicemails from our religious fanatic friends.
Let's play all.
One, press 1. This situation has lasted long enough. Press 1, press 1.
Just start
This
laughing.
thing has even caused you to even bleed financially because of what's been going on. Press the numerical button 1. Now I got a word for you. Press 1.
If you wish to no longer
we got
receive
that.
these messages,
Preacher
please hit
voice
the option 3 now.
I just pressed 1. Nothing happened. God damn, I gotta answer when that guy calls someday. Okay, that's enough for voicemails. Thank you, Randy.
What do you think would happen? Do you think that they would actually talk to you?
Like, I'm thinking like, with as many times as this guy calls, maybe there is somebody out to get me and I need to call him. Like, I'm starting to think that this is something I have to look into.
Oh wait, did I texted you that thing when that guy, I got that like 17 voicemails? I texted you that, right?
Yes, you did.
Oh my God. I don't know what happened that one day. Like, I don't know what happened. Somebody got a hold of, maybe it was you and you fucking trolled me, but I kept getting these calls. At one point, I was talking to somebody in like a less than 90-minute period. I got 6 calls, but I got home and I was like, I didn't get calls from I didn't miss any calls from anyone that day that I knew. So it was only missed calls or I sent a voicemail from this number, but this number was slightly different every time. And since I have AT&T, it comes up and it says, alert, spammer alert, something like that, where it says something about potential spam.
See, instead of cracking down on this shit, we got to take away plastic straws. Fuck.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. Well, so these things, my phone's ringing off the hook all day and I'm like, unrecognizable number. It says spam. I send it to voicemail. At the end of the day, I go to check my voicemails and it's like, you have 17 voicemails. I was like, what the fuck? How 17? Anyway, it basically was just saying something like, thank you, press 1 or something like that. 17 times. Are you kidding me?
Ridiculous. We get plastic straws and plastic bags. We got to get rid of those. But yeah, these people can make their horrible, annoying, predatory phone calls all day, and that's fine. No problem. No problem there. Hey, Russia must be behind it. Anyways, let's do some Dick of the Week.
What's the deal with can we get into this? Why is it paper versus plastic? Is paper biodegradable? Is that the kind of paper they're using? I haven't looked into it.
Right. We used to have paper everything, right? We used to have paper and styrofoam. And then they realized styrofoam wasn't good because it was not biodegradable.
Cutting down all the trees.
They got rid of styrofoam and they went to paper. All right. We had cardboard boxes and we have them at McDonald's and we had paper bags. And then we're like, oh my God, we're killing too many trees. We have to save trees. Let's make plastic. So the plastic came so we could stop killing trees. Well, now the plastic apparently is killing turtles. So now we have to stop with the plastic. We have to stop with the paper bags and we have to reuse these cloth and these bags, these shopping bags. that probably don't biodegrade anywhere, and probably even worse for the environment, they'll realize in 10 or 20 years. And in the meantime, what do I do with my cat shit? How do I clean my litter box without a plastic bag?
You have your kids pick it up with their hands.
Yeah, exactly. I have my kids pick it up with their hands and then play with it. Or my dog can eat it like he used to.
It
Yeah.
toughens the kids up. 2, doesn't use any plastic bags. And 3, it's clean.
And this is why climate change is bullshit and not as bad as they are saying it is, because of this shit. Because we went from styrofoam to paper to plastic, and now we're going back to who the fuck knows what we're using now. All right. Because, this isn't working. Let's try something else. I'm sorry. I got unreasonably mad, at the weather yesterday, Ray. I was watching the weather.
You just yelled at the sky.
Yeah. And
fuck you, heat.
no, I was watching the weather report in the news, and the guy was talking about the temperatures in like Paris, France. It was going to be like 107 degrees in Paris, France today. And he's like, this is climate change in action, folks. This is climate change in action. I'm like, Ryan Hanrahan, you do not know how climate change works. It does not happen overnight. Climate change is a process over years and years and years.
Over many years.
And one day of being at 107 degrees in Paris, France is not indicative of climate change. That is just that you're just being willfully ignorant. Now, climate change, sure, there's science out there that says, yeah, things are changing. Yep. And there's science out there that says, you know what? Things aren't changing as much as you think they are. So we haven't figured this out yet. So we don't even know what climate change is. Really, we see our weather fluctuating, but we also have periods of cool and hot, and it's always changing. That's how the earth is. So while yes, we need to cut down on pollution.
Take care of it.
And yes, we need to keep our environment clean. And yes, we need to find good renewable energy. We also don't need to ban fucking plastic straws.
Hey, did you see that? Somewhat on topic. I think it was Umaroni maybe that liked it that I saw, but it was some news anchor, weather guy down in, I think, Arizona. And the weather got, like on the green screen, it got all messed up. And in some areas, it said it was going to be like 1,186 degrees or something like that. And the guy like rolls with it. Like right in the middle, it was still accurate. And he's like, and over there in like whatever he's saying, he's like, Glendale, definitely stay out of Glendale. Yeah. It's going to be over 1,000 degrees. I recommend you. It was on Twitter. Yeah. It was pretty funny. You should look it up. It was definitely worth a laugh. The guy's, he made it funny.
Some crazy teal-haired asshole will be like, oh, there it is. Climate change in action.
Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty funny. The guy actually has some pretty funny comments. You know, it's worth looking it up.
You know, Ray, what pisses me off is like, I have very reasonable views on this thing. It's like, yes, I know pollution is a thing. We should not pollute. And yes, we should cut down on greenhouse gases. Sure. And we should recycle. And yes, we should take care of our environment. And yes, we need renewable energy. But at the same time, if I say I don't really think climate change is that big of a deal, I'm labeled some sort of weird ass, like Nazi fascist, who doesn't believe in climate change. It's like, no, that's not what I said.
Yeah.
Sure, the climate's changing, but the effect that we have on it maybe isn't as much as we think we have, but yes, we should be responsible. We should still be responsible to our planet. We should take care of the planet.
Yeah. But
we don't need to take away plastic straws.
Now, do you want to talk about recycling?
No, we did this.
Do you see me just trying to set you up for these things now? Like, I'm literally just trying to get you angry. I don't know what's into me right now, but apparently recycling. I really want to watch the world burn.
And
I'm
bullshit.
Doing that.
It's all
setting
bullshit.
You up.
God damn it. God, something makes me happy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to introduce this week's finalists for Dick of the Week. And here is our first nominee.
Queued up.
Hello, Rimgar and Ray. To all the people that help make the Rich Dickman Show my favorite podcast to listen to.
It's back.
This week's nomination for Dick of the Week happens to be a guy who we will call Billy Bob. I'm sitting at a McDonald's after work with a friend chatting, and I look out the window and up pulls this van with out-of-state license plates. At first I thought nothing of it, and then all of a sudden I saw Billy Bob jump out, and he has 4 cups with him, all of them of a different variety but very large. And I'm thinking, I think I see what's going to go on here before it even happens. Sure enough, Billy Bob comes into McDonald's and starts filling up his cup at the drink dispenser, and he fills up all 4 cups and then leaves. He didn't pay for anything at all. You know, that is such a low-life move. You always wonder about people like that and how they could actually live with themselves. Anyway, that's my nomination for Dick of the Week. Keep up the good work, guys, and take care.
Svensson, I'm on your side.
okay.
I'm on your side, bro. I'm on your side with this one because, yeah, I know what you're talking about. But how do you know he didn't just come back from the drive-thru and he was really thirsty? Right? He could have had like 4 or 5 other people in there like doing lawn yard work or some shit, and they got some Diet Cokes, whatever, and they crushed him. They crushed him before they left the parking lot. So he came back in because you do get refills with your large drinks at McDonald's. So how do you know that, man? I'd be careful before you being too quick to judge, bro. I'd want to, get that part figured out first. Ray, you look like you have something to say, so go for it.
I was just going to say that had all the classic Svensson elements to that story. You got the greeting, you got the small, quick, tight background information. You got the setup, I think I know what's about to happen. And of course it happened. And then the explanation and then the ending. It's such a delight every time, Svensson. I love them. They're literally every story. You gotta send one in every week, man. I don't even care. It could be the smallest, this isn't even that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. I mean, a guy taking a little bit of soda, I guarantee you I waste more soda every year. I don't even drink soda. I guarantee you I waste more soda with sodas that I buy and don't drink than this guy took right now.
Yeah, like if Svensson had said that guy came in and knocked some kids over and took their sodas, I mean, that's one thing.
Oh, well, when he said he saw the van pull up and I thought he was going to say he saw a kid get snatched or something like that. And I was going to be like, holy shit. And then Svensson was going to chase him down and he was actually there at lunch with Silvio. And I was thinking this story was going to be way better than this. No offense, Svensson. It was still pretty good.
Yeah.
But my mind went a little further than that.
No.
But, that guy's definitely still a dick.
So we'll take Svensson at his word here, and we'll assume the guy was stealing soda. All right, Ray, I got a nomination here, and I'm gonna nominate my T-shirt that I wore today. I have this shirt, and it's a nice shirt, right? And I used to wear it a lot last summer, and then this summer I picked it out of my drawer, and I'm like, oh, why haven't I wore this T-shirt yet this summer? So I put it on. And I'm walking down the hall and I realize that why I haven't worn this T-shirt is because on the inseam of the shirt, on the side, on my left side, where the front and the back meet and they sew it together.
It touches your belly button?
No, sir. They have a tag. They have a tag that is around my waist on the inside of the shirt at the seam where the front meets the back. And this tag rubs against my bare stomach, over and over and over again, my stomach and my hip. And I want to punch walls and I want to break glasses and I want to shove straws into turtles' noses. I get so angry at this. Who designs a shirt with a tag on the side that rubs against your stomach and your hip? Like, what genius thought it was a good idea to put your tag there? I can't see the tag. I don't know what brand it is. I have no idea what that tag even says because I don't see it. I won't see it and I'll never look for it because I'm used to seeing tags on the collar. Yet this stupid tag lives right there on the side of my shirt, bothering me and just making my life miserable while I wear this stupid goddamn T-shirt. So I took it off and I threw it back in my drawer. I didn't throw it away because I'm not that committed yet, but I threw it back in my drawer. Anyway, that's my T-shirt.
Why does anyone even have tags on anything?
It
doesn't even make sense.
Exactly. They make tagless shirts now. All your tags are printed on your shirts. We don't need tags because you can't even cut them off. You can't cut off a tag because you get the little sharp edges.
About this. From an economical standpoint, okay, you already print the logos and all, whatever. You're printing stuff on the shirt. It's not like a plain shirt, right? Usually most of them have something on them. You do the same thing, but with the instructions on the inside of the shirt. It's not like you're reinventing the wheel here. You're using the same process to give your washing instructions on the inside versus you make a completely separate item of different fabric, of different instructions. It's whatever. And then you got to sew it onto the shirt. Like, that seems like a larger and longer process. Why not just, do the tagless shirt and print it on there?
I know.
The tags just poke you.
Yeah. What do I need your tag for? I don't need your tag. Okay.
By the way, pro tip, if you're wearing an El Abogado or Eat the Rich shirt, such as I am doing tonight,
yes, definitely,
you can actually just rip that tag off on the inside of the neck. It just rips right out. It's awesome. It definitely was pokey. One swift move, done, gone.
Good.
Perfect.
Done.
Amazing shirt.
Finished.
Super comfortable.
Yes.
and stylish. I guess so many comments or compliments. And comments.
You know that that woman I was tweeting that she should go on NFHC podcast and be a guest on there. I just Google image searched her, and I'm very happy that I did.
Wow, my promo of that shirt was so boring that you had to Google image search her.
I'm looking at
the same time
a Hungarian playmate. Anyways,
let's see how it is. Ooh, speaking of Hungarians, hot Hungarians, yes. I think have you ever seen that, the Offspring, Self-Esteem music video?
Oh, God,
it's got all the girls in it.
20 something years ago.
Oh, dude, it's such a good one. There's one girl that's super fucking hot. And I think she's from Hungary.
Easy, Ray. Calm down. All right.
Dude, look it up. Mm.
Speaking of super hot Hungarian girls, Hot Drummer News Babe sent in an article.
Hot Hungarian drummer news babe.
Yeah. Vicious. She's Polish, by the way. She'd get mad at me if I call her Hungarian.
Oh yeah.
Are they? Yeah. All right. She sent an article for us for Dick of the Week. Headline is Vicious Rooster Attacks Pedestrians in Small Arkansas City. From Little Rock, Arkansas. Leaders of a small Arkansas city are planning to draft an ordinance next month addressing a problematic rooster that has been attacking pedestrians. Jasper Mayor Jan Larson said something has to be done about the rooster that chases people as they walk in the street. He attacks them and scratches, she said. It would be all right if you were young enough that you could kick him, but some people are older and could fall. We can't let people get hurt because of an errant rooster. The rooster, Larson called Vicious, began patrolling the sidewalk and street in front of a house nearly a month ago, chasing people who walked by. One woman fell while fleeing the rooster, which also went after a small boy, Larson noted. That's the sad part of it, especially if you're a 3-foot-tall person or a doddering lady like me who can't run, Larson said. Larson said
she called herself a doddering lady.
Larson said chickens and roosters are permitted in Jasper. We are a small town, she said. People have chickens here. That's not a big deal, really. But we are also a city. We can't let our animals attack people. Police Chief Michael Henderson said there have been complaints about the rooster. We did get a written complaint, but there were no injuries, Henderson told the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. The rooster has also been a topic of discussion at the city council's last 2 meetings. Roosters protect their flock of hens, especially during their summer and spring mating season, according to Sarah Orlowski, an extension poultry management specialist with the University of Arkansas. She added that some rooster breeds can be aggressive. Orlowski noted that running away from roosters encourages their pursuit. In his mind, they're giving in, so he's going to claim dominance over them, she said. The fact that they're running away just makes him want to keep chasing them. Orlowski, who grew up with chickens and roosters, said she would stand her ground. You just kind of try to be bigger than them and not back down, she said. If you stand up to them, eventually they're going to back down. Man, oh man.
Dude, that reminds me, when I grew up, my family, we had chickens and a rooster. I don't know if that's weird or not, but anyway, so, like the rakes, like just like garden rake that, like say Tom and Jerry or maybe like, the Three Stooges would stand on, it's laying on the ground, it like smacks him in the face, that kind of thing.
Yes.
So we used to go out and, like for example, go out there and, feed scraps, like meal scraps and throw it in the chicken pen, let him eat it after dinner or whatever. And we had this rooster that was super aggressive. So I used to have to go out there with the rake and kind of just keep it at bay because it would just try and attack me. Open up the door to the hen house and it just goes to attack me, right? So I'm probably, 8 or 9 or something like that, right? So one day it gets out, goes through a hole in the fence or whatever, and I'm trying to get it back in there, something like that. It's trying to attack me and I'm just like hitting it with the rake and I'm like, like kind of hitting it with the rake, like get away from me, man. And it's not even getting close to me, but I just keep hitting it. So my dad goes, you know what? We just need to get rid of this thing. It's loud crowing in the morning. It's aggressive. I'm just going to kill it. So he goes inside, gets his .22 rifle, shoots it, right? So it doesn't actually die right away. So we end up like shooting it again. And then, so it's laying there on the ground. We toss it over the fence, right? I go to my friend's house for a couple hours, come back home. I go back out and, there's the rooster running around. And I'm like an 8 or 9 year old kid. I'm baffled. Like, where what? Like, I saw my dad shoot it. Like, it was laying on the ground. And, I forgot to say this. After my dad shot it, he got out his knife and he cut his throat. He literally cut his throat and blood's coming out, right? And then we threw it over the fence.
You're supposed to cut the head off, Ray. Okay.
So then I come back home and I see it running around, and that's kind of traumatizing as a 8, 9-year-old. Like, what the fuck? I saw my dad shoot it. I saw my dad cut its throat with a knife. I was feet away from it when this happened. This is freaky. So then my dad, I think he might have shot it again or something like that. We incapacitate it, and we go, and he gets the post hole digger, if you've ever seen one of those, and we did lop its head off. And this time we throw it over the fence, one body, like the body in that direction, the head in that direction, and then we were good to go from there.
All right.
Yeah, roosters are crazy, man.
You didn't even bother to eat it?
It's a rooster. It's tough meat.
Who fucking cares, man? You gotta assert dominance by ingesting it and pooping it out. That's like the worst insult you could ever give anything. Second of all,
dude, we ate so many of its babies, like they knew who's dominant.
Let's not put your last name out on the podcast anymore, because that sounds like animal cruelty charges to me. All right, Ray, do you have a Dick of the Week nomination?
It was self-defense.
Hot Drummer News Babe thinks the rooster is the Dick of the Week, but I'm going to say I think it's the people of the Dick of the Week for not knowing how to deal with a rooster, but we'll keep rooster. All right, do you have any nominations, or do you want to start voting?
I have no nominations. No.
Okay,
we
so
can vote.
We've got the Svensson's guy at McDonald's who stole a bunch of drinks. We've got my t-shirt, and we have a vicious rooster in Arkansas.
So, as much as I love that vicious rooster attack story, I gotta go with
the t-shirt.
All t-shirt manufacturers that put a tag on there. It's all of them. They suck. Grow up.
After much
Learn the
deliberation,
t-shirt, bro.
the incredibly handsome expert judges have come to the consensus that this week's Dick of the Week award goes to
Rem's t-shirt. Yep. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
T-shirts with tags. Get rid of all of them. Burn them.
Oh, boy, we got a lot here tonight, huh? Look at this. All right, let's...
We don't have to do all of it.
Yes, we do, Ray. We still have 20 minutes, so yes, we do.
We could go another 90.
Because Ray wanted an excuse to make his voice sound cool and talk about himself in the third person.
Oh my God. Sound effects on top of sound effects.
How can I tell if I've had too much to drink if someone else is making my drinks? That's a dick tip. All right, let's, what do you think, Ray?
That's a tough one. I mean, maybe just don't even care. Just let it fly.
All right, Ray. I know you don't have 114 episodes of giving advice practice, so let me do it for you. Okay?
I was hoping you'd go first anyway.
Oh, all right, good. All right, no problem. All right. The question is, how can I tell if I've had too much to drink if someone else is making my drinks? And, Susan, thank you for writing in this question to us. All right. You can write your questions in at richdickmanshow@gmail.com, or you can leave us a voicemail. Call the Dickman line 860-316-4776. Okay. Susan, I'm going to assume that you don't drink very much, so you don't know what being drunk feels like. But as soon as you start to feel lightheaded, you're going to get drunk. And very technically, at 0.08 alcohol blood level, you are legally drunk. And that's basically a drink and a half or 2 drinks. So that's how you know. If you're driving, Susan, God damn it, put your keys in the toilet and flush them. Don't you dare get in your car and drive home. All right? Now, if you're not driving, the second that you feel like you've had too much to drink, that's when you've had too much to drink. It's actually pretty easy. And who's making you drinks? Is it your friend Mary? Are you just having a girls' night out and you're just watching like Netflix movies and doing each other's nails? Or are you out at a bar and the bartender is just been very friendly with you and trying to command you? Okay, it's very different between the two. So, if you can't tell yourself how much you've had to drink, well, you need a friend. You need a wingman. Okay? You need someone to sit there and say, hey, Susan, you may have had too much. And leave yourself a note. Write a big note. Leave it in your purse so you can get it easily. Or when you look at your phone, whatever, and says, listen to Mary when she says I've had too much to drink. Don't fight. Don't argue. And that's how you know.
I mean, I would say, well, one, if somebody else is making your drinks, just be careful of the source of those drinks, right? You know, well, actually, I heard this, when was it, a couple of weeks ago on the radio here, like in Sacramento area, they were investigating some bar because they thought apparently the whole bar was trying to like roofie all the women's drinks. That's how they made it sound on the news.
Jesus
I was
Christ.
like, yeah, that's definitely not happening. That seems a little excessive and pretty. Anyway, so regardless, that kind of a thing, obviously make sure you're aware of who's making the drinks. That would be the first thing. But I mean, it kind of depends on the situation. Where are you? Do you have to drive? Again, if you're going to have to drive and you're going to be over the limit, please don't do it. That's definitely a recommendation, strongly recommended. On the other hand, yeah, if you're able to just hang out, I mean, the reality is you kind of, just got to learn your limits. If you are someone that, throws up all over the place after 2 drinks, maybe, just stick to 1.
You know what? Throw up everywhere. Throwing up is funny. Watching people throw up is funny.
Yeah, read the room. If you're drinking and Rem is there and you throw up after 2 drinks, maybe have 6 or 8.
Yeah.
He's going to think it's the best party he's ever been to. Yeah. You're going to definitely get invited back if he's the one hosting.
You're going to get laid.
And Rem's wife, because Rem doesn't clean up any messes.
Oh,
apparently Rem's wife is going to clean up all the mess for you. So,
you know what,
it's a win-win.
Ray, fuck you, Ray. Okay. I've cleaned up plenty of drunk people's messes who may or may not be related to me in some way. All right. So boom. I'm a very
been there, done that.
Very nice guy. All right. That's enough. Thank you that's a dick tip for it. All right.
Hey guys, it's time for the Thinking with Your Dickman segment. Send in your questions and we'll give you some advice. For example, I was told that recording in a public restroom helps with sound quality, so here I am.
Hey, what are you doing in here?
Yeah, what are you doing in here?
Maybe we'll be able to give you better advice than what that homeless guy gave me.
I'm using that forever now. Okay.
On everything.
All right. So Joma tweeted us at Rich Dickman Show. He had 2 of them here. What are the chances that Huel is on the Epstein flight logs? 100%.
Okay. So I don't pay attention to the news. I know what that is, but I don't know what it is.
So
you'll have to explain it because I know very little.
Jeffrey, this is what you need to know. All right. Jeffrey Epstein is a very rich man, and a very big donor, to politicians. You might see, Epstein suicide trending. Well, Epstein's not going to commit suicide. He's going to be murdered, but, he's a very rich man. Nobody knows how he accumulated all his wealth. So he probably got most of it through like blackmail and stuff. Jeffrey Epstein owns an island in and I believe it's in the Caribbean, where it is alleged that he, runs like a, like a sex ring down there with underage, sex workers. But, other Republican and Democrat politicians and sleazy Hollywood celebrities have found their way to the Epstein Island. And so Epstein was arrested recently as the court case was unsealed and the FBI got a hold of the documents. So they arrested him, on these allegations, and he's in jail now. And he was just found this morning, very damaged. He was attacked by a barbell or something. In prison. So in order for Jeffrey Epstein to like not spend the rest of his life in prison, he's got to give up a bunch of names. And a lot of those people he's about to give up don't want their names released for a good reason. Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just say, and we don't have to get into this. This is just an observation. I just remember pre-election last election, that the whole deal was the Clintons had ties to Russia. And after the election, it's like Trump so now if it's the Clintons and Epstein, now, like in the past, that was that. But now it's Trump and it's like it's flipped after the election.
Ray,
that kind of stuff is so weird.
I'm going to have to edit all this out because nobody wants to hear this.
Well, and all I'm saying is I don't even follow it. Because I have other things in my life that are more important than me investing into politics that I can't change. Like I'm not in politics, so I'm going to steer clear of it as far as like really following it and trying to, I have other things that are more important in my life. All I'm saying is because of that, because I don't follow it, those are the headlines that I read. So it's just weird that the headlines went from one thing to the next. Again, I don't know the details. I can't comment on it. But
the hatred has clouded every bit of news we have in this country. You can't even read the news anymore.
Yeah, people are weird. It's really weird. Like, what's her face? Megan Rapinoe, how she was like so outspoken about Trump and then didn't want to go to the White House. And I'm thinking, well, wouldn't you want to go to the White House? If you want to make a difference, go to the White House and actually talk to Trump. Don't boycott it, right? Like, it's stuff like that where it's just kind of weird.
You get more headlines when you come off like, oh, I'm not, when you stand up to the man because he's a man and the patriarchy and he's horrible and he's a racist and he's an evil, evil person. You know, but she'll go party with some rich Hollywood celebrity and ignore some kid as he's trying to get an autograph. So
just say controversial stuff. I don't know. If you just yell you hate Trump, it makes headlines apparently or something. I don't know. But me being a Clinton assassin. There we go. Oh, that's what I meant to say. Okay. So what are the chances that Huel is on the Epstein flight logs? I assume that's rhetorical based on what you just told me. Absolutely rhetorical. The answer is yes.
Yeah.
He's, like you would say.
Listen,
not even a question.
No one's saying that Huel is on the island doing anything but drinking a pina colada and sitting on the beach. But if the dude was offered a chance to go on a private jet to a private island, he's absolutely going to take it. He may be appalled at what happens on the island, but he'll sit there and enjoy his goddamn pina colada on his vacation.
Side note, what's the difference between a balaclava and a baklava? I'm so confused right now.
It's two different words.
Is
like,
ISIS.
the fuck, I don't know. Baklava is a Greek dessert, bro.
That's okay, yeah, that's it. Okay.
I don't even know what a balaclava is, but I assume it's some sort of weapon.
No, it's like the head wrap, like a facial.
Oh, really?
In the Middle East.
Yeah,
racist. That's what I was thinking of, ISIS or something.
Right.
Isn't it? I don't know.
And
anyway, the two words flash. I confuse them. But me being a Clinton assassin sent after
I didn't get
Huel?
that far yet. The second question Joma asks is at Jules Winfeld a Clinton assassin sent after Huel? Yes, he is.
How do you know?
Well, Huel's not here anymore.
What's your proof?
Huel's not here. He's been framed and sent off to ISIS camp. So, and you're here. So I assume it was done by you.
So it's all a setup. So basically you're saying that I am after Huel. So this is like one of my stops along the way of tracking him down, but I'm living in his shoes for a while to maybe figure out where he next went.
Yes. That's exactly it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You
shit, my cover's blown.
Yeah. Read the next one.
So Jack writes.
What is that noise? Is somebody vacuuming?
Yeah, no, somebody's mowing their lawn next door.
Oh, I hate that.
At fucking 8:21 at night.
Yesterday when it was really nice out, like at 7 o'clock at night, this asshole across the street is like fucking weed whacking after mowing his lawn. And I'm standing at my window. I'm like, why the fuck is this guy mowing his lawn at 6:30, 7 o'clock at night? And my wife's like, what's your problem? I'm like, I'm trying to not listen to somebody mow their lawn at 7 o'clock at night. And here I am listening to this asshole mow his lawn and weed whack at 7 o'clock at night. And I don't want to. There's no reason for it. It's a Wednesday and it's 7 o'clock at night. He should not be doing yard work. I don't care that it was been 3,000 degrees the last 4 days. He should be doing his yard work on the weekend like every other goddamn normal human being in the world. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so Jack writes in, I'm trying to record a podcast and some dickhead is mowing his lawn right now. How do I snipe him from my upstairs window? For real. Like, why are you mowing your lawn at 8:20 at night? Anyway, so Jack writes in, for real this time, I'm a man in my 40s that is that is curious about taking testosterone. I highly value one of your opinions and would like to know your thoughts on whether taking testosterone would be a good idea.
Well, shit, which one does he value? Because if it's not me, I'm not going to say anything.
It doesn't even say. He's trying to pit us against one another. Man. Whose opinion does he?
Well, all right. What do you think about taking testosterone in your 40s?
That's a good question. You know what? Actually, speaking of the radio, a few minutes ago, I've heard some, testosterone things on the radio, kind of recently where it's like low T, this and that, and it'll help you feel better and all that stuff. Like I used to suffer from whatever. Now I take supplements and I feel amazing. So on the one hand, they apparently they're like trying to say it'll just boost your energy and things like that. But I mean, I don't know if it does just that. I'd have to look into it. It seems like one of those things that'll, probably make you really horny or aggressive, or obviously if you take too much, maybe seek a medical professional and actually get an opinion on this.
Yeah.
That's the reality. Don't just start, don't go to your guy down the street that's like, yeah, you want some testosterone pills?
You know, I need to know more about Jack. I need to know if he's married. I need to know if he sits on a couch and watches somebody else fuck his wife. Right? I need to know these things because this would determine how much testosterone he needs, if at any. Now, Jack, if you like to sit in your couch and watch some other man have sex with your wife,
cuckold.
Yeah, you're going to need some more testosterone. Okay. However, if you are having a very healthy sex life with your wife in your 40s and you're out there and you're enjoying your weekends, you're living life up and you're feeling good, you don't need testosterone. If you're somewhere in the middle of that, maybe you do. I've heard wonderful things about taking testosterone. I've also heard some not so wonderful things. Like, I feel like myself, if I were to take more testosterone now, that I'd be trying to have sex with my concrete wall in the basement. So, Ray is absolutely right. You seek a medical professional. It could be good for you, especially if maybe you had a testicle removed because you had testicular cancer or something. And if you did, I'm glad you're still with us. Thank God that you survived that, but you might need testosterone replacement. And if you like to watch other men have sex with your wife, you probably need testosterone replacement as well. And again, if you're exercising regularly and everything's going well for you, and you're feeling good about yourself, maybe you don't need any. But if you want to experiment, I mean, everybody likes to experiment with drugs of all types. See what happens. And if you do take testosterone and you didn't really need it, let us know what happens. I want to know, what prison's like when you get arrested for domestic violence. That's it.
So I have a follow-up question.
Uh-oh.
Because you mentioned this. Is your testosterone production, is there any correlation between that and the size of your balls? Should I Google this?
You should Google it.
Or is it?
You should Google that. But I would assume it would, because, if you have larger testicles, you would obviously produce more testosterone if that is where testosterone is made. Now, there are men in this world who think it's very, very awesome to inject silicone into their scrotums to make their scrotums look larger. This is true. This is very true. If you don't believe me, Google it. There are men who inject silicone into their nutsacks to make their nutsacks even bigger. In that case, they would still have very small testicles and not produce enough testosterone. So you got to be careful when looking at large scrotums.
I just stumbled upon a gold mine. I Googled, I searched, do large balls make more testosterone? That was the best I could come up with to try and, accurately hone in on this pressing question. Mm-hmm. And, from bignaturaltesticles.com, the headline is how to get large testicles and a bigger pair of balls. That's return number 1.
Oh my God. Return
number 2 from answers.yahoo.com. Do large testicles make a guy more masculine?
Oh my Lord.
Anyway, I'm not gonna keep clicking on all these. Bigger testicles, more sperm from bignaturaltesticles.com.
Do an image search. Just click images right now.
Okay. Let me click on that. Images. It's just a bunch of guys with no shirt on. Oh. And there's a monkey. The monkey. What the fuck? There's a guy holding 2, those might look like oranges. What is happening right now?
What was I going to say here? Oh man, I forgot. I had something I wanted to say. And now I don't remember.
I see quite a number of penises now as I scroll down.
All right. So see a doctor about increasing your testosterone use.
Oh my God.
And don't,
there's an image that says self-injection.
Oh God. Don't inject your scrotum with silicone either, because that's just weird looking. Now, ladies, here's what I wish we had a larger audience because I would really like a female opinion here. But I would love to know from females if testicles are attractive in any way, or are they just attracted to the penis?
Hey, I did find this image. It says the benefits of high testosterone. It has one guy that looks really depressed, and it's really sad looking. It says man with low testosterone, and then there's another image of the guy with high testosterone. So, on the top, increased risk of Alzheimer's for this guy with low testosterone, increased risk of Alzheimer's. He's depressed. It says heart disease. It doesn't say like lower risk of heart disease. It just says heart disease. So apparently you just get heart disease. Less confidence, easier to store fat, low sex drive, low energy levels, joint pain. The other guy, it's basically the opposite. More confidence, sharper memory, positive outlook, healthier heart, easier to burn fat, improved sex drive, look and feel younger, high energy levels, and faster muscle gain and optimal circulation.
I would love to know what the correlation is with testosterone levels in Antifa men.
Oh, dude, this is kind of on the same levels. So I was talking yesterday with one of the guys that I work with, and he was saying that he plays softball in a local league. And I was like, hey, I played a few years ago. And I was like, what I remember is, one, I was one of the few guys that could hit a ball down the right field line. And so everyone shifts, when you're batting left toward the left field line, third base. And so I'd hit it down the right field line. It just rolls for days. Easy home runs. And eventually they catch up. But I was like, the other thing that I really remember from softball.
Large testicles.
Is that there was this guy, he looks like a skinny Hulk Hogan, but like a Hulk Hogan. Because he had the bald head, sometimes wore like a kind of a do-rag. He had like a white, like big mustache that goes all the way down, the
Fu Manchu.
The Fu Manchu, yeah. And he always wore like cut off shirts. And one time I remember we were playing against his team, and he gets in a pickle between third base and home. And the pickle goes back and forth, and then they go to tag the guy, and he literally does one of those things where our guy tags him, and he like puffs out his chest, throws his arms out, and just stares the guy down like he's gonna fight him. And this guy's like, kind of muscly, but I was like, dude, roid rage guy. And the guy I'm working with goes, yeah, that guy's on my team. And I was like, what the fuck? Dude, this has been like 6 or 8 years since I played. Anyway, so he was telling a bunch of funny stories about that guy. But yeah, apparently, that guy, takes something that, he probably has really small testicles.
I would like to take steroids just to see what happens. I like to see, I would like to work out and get maximum results from a little bit of effort. That would be awesome. Seems like the way. All right, man. Anyways.
Easy way out, huh?
Yeah, this has been a fun show.
Why not?
This went quick.
Oh, it's always a blast. It's always too short.
It is. And maybe we can go a little longer in a couple weeks when maybe not going to be in the opening. And, the thing is, I got to wake up early, Ray. I got to wake up early. I got to go to work. Yeah. And maybe we can move. See, no, the thing is, I like to release our show on Saturdays. All right. So if we recorded Saturday night, the show wouldn't get out till Monday. And I don't know if I want to do that to the audience, all 7 of them.
Ooh, it's really only 4 of them because wait, I got to do the math.
You're 3 of
I'm
them.
part of those.
Yeah. Okay. All right, man. Well, I want to thank what?
Why don't we just record a bunch of episodes?
Yeah.
Just a whole bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can just release them whenever we want. Just on demand. People are like, hey, where's my next episode? We're like, oh, you want an episode? Boom. There's an episode.
So what?
And they'll be like, what the fuck just happened?
We can try. We can try being current. Like we can try to guess what'll happen in 3 weeks from now.
Yeah. Oh, that could actually be pretty fun.
Like, oh my God, I can't believe Trump got impeached this week. This is incredible.
Ooh, yeah. Next episode, let's do the entire episode, but as if we were 3 weeks in the future.
Yeah.
And we're like, guys, we just came back from the future. Holy shit, you're not going to believe what just happened. And just do the whole episode like that.
I don't know if you can pretend to be a time traveling episode though, because that's, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I've seen Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I think we can handle it.
They're making a new one. Isn't that crazy?
Really?
Yeah, they're making Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure 3. I'm looking forward to it. I'm also
nice.
not, because we need, what happened to all the new ideas? What happened to all the new ideas, Ray?
Oh, everything's look at Disney right now. They're like, we have no new ideas. Let's just make it look like live action.
Oh my God.
It used to be a cartoon.
Yeah,
Let's
now
make
it's
it live
CG.
action. But we're not going to change anything.
CG.
We're just going to do CGI.
All right.
It's literally the same thing. Just CGI.
Check out my wrestling articles on www.podcast.com. I tweet out the links when they come
Please
out.
do.
I'm going to write one this week. It'll be up by the time you get this. Well, not by the time, but it'll be out this weekend. I'm going to talk about why I'm so disappointed in Seth Rollins right now. You can check us out online, richdickman.com. That is all your Rich Dickman needs right there. Ray is slowly but surely working on stuff for the website.
Very slowly.
You can follow producer Ryan on Twitter at RyanTRDS. Thanks again, Ryan, for coming on last week. Hot Trimmer News Babe said you were like when Jimmy Fallon and the other guy did the Bee Gees thing on the Saturday Night Live. Jimmy Fallon, Justin Timberlake did the Bee Gees.
That was Justin Timberlake.
Yeah. Okay. Follow Ryan TRDS. Follow my mom on Twitter at rem_mama. Thank you, Randy, for calling in with a voicemail at Sir Zero with an E. If you'd like to leave a voicemail, call the Dickman line 860-316-4776. You can leave a voicemail just about anything. You leave it, we'll play it. And you can email the show, richdickmanshow@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter at Rich Dickman Show. You can find me on Twitter. I am at Remgar, REMGHAR. In a couple weeks, Ray, I'm going to have Coltrane in here. I'm going to have Coltrane on the pod.
Nice.
Right, it's going to happen. I'm going to make it happen. Nice. That sound effect I got was from Cole.
That'll be fun.
Got some ideas in my head. Going to float around. Going to mess around. Going to start playing around. And once I have just, after next week, things will get back to the way they were before February, and I'll have a lot more time to play. Ray, how do we find you online? Where do we see what you're up to?
So on Twitter at Jules Winfeld. I get on Twitch every once in a while, twitch.tv/Jules Winfeld. It's kind of the same deal there. That's really it. I don't get too much on there, but hopefully I'll be able to cool down the work schedule and do more of that stuff.
And how do we find you on
it's
Tinder?
Fun to interact with people. Oh yeah. I'm Brittany on Tinder. BRITTENY.
Ooh, with an E.
I think you it's ENY. Yeah. So I had to mix it up. I had to, throw him a curveball there.
Yeah.
As if some gender swap, app wasn't enough of a curveball on these guys. But yeah, so that's what I was kind of hoping we could do, one of those live things that the Hot Drummer News Babe was talking about.
Yeah, maybe next week. Maybe next week we'll have Hot Drummer News Babe in here, and we'll do some live Tindering.
You know what we should do is we could maybe do it where we started out in the episode, and like I said, sometimes the guys aren't responsive. We'll start it right at the beginning and just kind of update as it goes through.
Yeah.
Overlap the whole episode.
So she'll have more time. We'll keep her on. I'll get with her during the week. We'll work that. We'll figure. We'll have Hot Drummer News Babe in. I got to get the Italian Stallion back, and of course we'll have Coltrane in a few weeks. That is awesome. Mm-hmm. Real quick, I just want to give a shout out to my friends at the Not for Human Consumption podcast. Go check them out, nfhcpodcast.com.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They are awesome, and they provide multitudes of laughs for me on my ride to work. All right, Ray. I was going to say something. It was a really funny way to end the show, and I don't remember.
Well, I didn't tell my Mike's Hard Lemonade story. If you want to,
holy Christ,
say what you're going to say, and then I'll do it.
You say yours first.
Not that long of a story.
Go.
Oh, it's my whole story about getting super drunk. You want to go first?
No, Ray, because mine ends the show.
So it's this paintball deal, right? So it's a multi-day event. People go in the camp out. You play overnight and all that stuff, right? So anyway, this is, I basically never really drank until I turned 21.
Dude, sucking each other's dicks.
I went, so I go to this paintball thing, right? It's called Scenario Event. So I've never really drank. I go ahead and I go to this thing, right? And, one of the guys that comes, he goes, all right, I know you don't drink. I brought you a 6-pack of Mike's Hard Lemonade because I know you don't drink. So I go, all right. So those things taste like, it's like candy water, right? I'm drinking those things super fast. I start getting shit-faced. At some point, I'm staggering around with a group. We go into this tent. They have like, I don't know, a quarter, maybe eighth of a bottle of whiskey. I'm like, yeah, I'll drink. I just chug the rest of it. A couple minutes later, I'm on the phone with my girlfriend holding onto this tree. I can barely stand up. And this is before I had all that dental surgery that I talked about a few episodes ago. So I have what you call a flipper in my mouth, which is kind of like a retainer with the tooth on the front because I have a gap in between my teeth. So I get so drunk. I need help walking. And this is literally no experience drinking. So I kind of wish someone had kind of given me a little bit of warning. So anyway, go to the tent, lay down, and I go, man, I don't feel so good. And they're like, well, let's put this trash bag next to you. So I'm laying there in bed. A few minutes later, I got to throw up. So I throw up. I go lay back down in bed, and I go, you know what? I'm missing my tooth. And they go, just leave it in the bag, in the trash bag, full of puke. outside the tent until morning. And I'm like, no, I need it. I need it right now. So what do? I push them all aside, crawl/stagger my way out of the tent, and pop that thing right back in my mouth and go lay back down. And that happened probably a couple times. And yeah, that was Mike's Hard Lemonade. You gotta be careful with those bad boys.
And that's how Ray got pregnant, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it.
Good night.
I just had a baby.
Ray, FMRT tonight.
And
thank you, because T didn't work last time.
Oh, dude. No, I was checking that video. Oh my god. Dude, I fucking opened up my browser. And found this girl. And I looked at her, I was like, she's literally your perfect woman.
Who?
I can't remember. Her name's like Ivana.
What do you mean you can't remember?
I don't know. I didn't save it. I don't know what her name was.
What the fuck, Ray?
She's some model.
None of that does me any good.
It just was like popped up. I know.
You're better off not telling me anything.
I just wanted to let you know that I saw a lady and I thought, you know what? That if I had been a little more, witty at the time, I would have been able to.
I am so mad at you right now. So mad at you right now.
I probably saw it at like whatever time of night that I was like, oh, I can't send that to you right now.
You can always send it to me, Ray.
Oh, like in the middle of the night when it's, like 3 o'clock at night over there?
God damn it.
I don't think so.
Does she look like Veronica Lavery?
So name some ladies, like, hold on, supermodels whose name start with I.